You're listening to the Traffic and Funnels Show.
How many of you have felt stressed out in the last week? Scale of 1 to 10, rate it for me. 10 being the worst, you're about to die. You can't answer. 1 is like not that big of a deal.
5.
5?
5.
5?
4.
The 7. Like I said, this is 7.
Good.
Thanks.
You know what happens to you if you get to a 1? You begin to die. Because your central nervous system is not tuned to have no stress, no pressure. Animals die when there's no reason to live, to fight. So you have to understand the balance. On one side is just this immense, crazy, stressful pressure. If you're there too long, you die too. But if you flip to the opposite side, you have no power. You have no agility, no adaptability. So really, I think, has anybody read the book, The Upside of Stress?
No.
Has anybody heard of that book?
No.
Pick it up, go through it in your spare time. It talks about the real barometer on whether stress is the most deadly thing to the human body is stress. Puts cortisol into your blood, thickens everything up, takes away your alkalinity. You know that? Stress. It'll kill you. The most powerful thing to an athlete being powerful is stress. How is that possible? How is it possible that stress on one hand can kill you and on the other hand it can make you more powerful than you ever thought you could be?
Adrenaline?
Nope. Perspective. The way that we look at it is the defining factor about whether stress is good or bad. So I don't look at pressure, Jake, as something that I'm trying to get out of or that I'm frustrated by.
Yeah.
If we don't have any pressure, it means we're not growing. There's no problems for Ryan to solve. It means the business is probably closing its doors. You know? So there are ways that you can hack this. You go home, pick up your, crazy, beautiful son as he's tearing things out of the pantry and setting them on fire. How many of you know that's going to get you back into a state where you're probably not thinking about pressure or stress? You are, but it's a different type of stress, right?
Yeah.
You can hack that. I pick up Kate and nothing else matters. So if you have kids, you can definitely hack that. But so much of this game is how you view it. Are you grateful for the problems or are you complaining about the problems? What's it going to be?
Yeah.
We don't think it's a big deal when we are just complaining to a friend about how work is hard. But your ear hears the input and communicates to the brain, and it changes our perspective. And all of a sudden, an innocent conversation with a friend warps the way your body views pressure. You got to be really careful. It's got to be something we're grateful for. Make sense?
Makes 100% sense.
Does that help you?
Yeah, it does.
You sure?
What did you mean about like the conversation with a friend?
Well, we think that talking about it gets it off our chest and makes it better.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes we get into this habit of complaining to the people we care about when it's the very things that we begged for a year ago.
Yeah.
And what does that teach you about whether you deserve? You say, I want to have $100,000 in income, then you get it. It's stressful. You complain about it, and then your morning formula says you want $200,000 income. Your subconscious says no way.
Yeah.
Because I did it for you this time, and you don't like it. It's a pattern. You know what I mean?
That makes a lot of sense.
Pulling this up so I can read you the top of my morning formula. I've read this for you before. You want to hear my bullets?
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
It's recorded so you can pick them up. I am immune to the lies of my ego. What's that mean?
You were constantly making decisions from your greatest self.
I am immune to the lies of my ego.
You tell the truth to yourself. You don't do self-deception.
Yeah.
It makes yourself feel better.
Yep.
Stops you from thinking that you're Bill Gates.
I'm not Bill Gates, even when I feel like it. I play to win, not for what people think of me. What does that mean?
Competing against yourself, not other people.
Yeah. How much do people's approvals mean to me?
Zero.
Nothing.
Doesn't matter.
I do not care. I'll go to the extra mile to do it with excellence. Pretty self-explanatory. It's in there. My family comes first and will always get my best. What does that mean?
Your family's
Your
number
family
one.
comes
How many
first.
times
That's
do
why
I
you do
violate that rule?
Never.
All the time.
Oh,
All the time. Yeah, and you're constantly having to be okay with yourself and say, you know what, I was on my phone instead of with my family, and I'm going to fix it and make it better. You're not going to be perfect, right?
no.
That's why we talked about this a couple weeks, just kind of being cool with yourself, letting yourself grow, not coming down so hard on yourself. Wisdom comes from principles, not emotions. What's that mean? Gabrielle.
Yeah, it just comes from truth. You don't base your decisions off of how you.
Yeah.
Base it off of like facts.
Was on a elite call. You guys remember this in the gold call? And he said he feels like his business is going backwards. And we looked at the numbers. His business had done 300% growth in 2019. How many are you going to feel different than what's real sometimes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
I focus on what I can actually influence and ignore the things I have no control over.
Perspective, like what you can control and what you can't control.
How many times do you have a call booked on your calendar and they no show?
All the time.
Can you really control somebody else's biomechanics and whether they pick the phone up or not?
Nope.
Can we hedge against it? Absolutely.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, we can't control people. So we have to do what we can do and let people be who they are. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
What people think about me has little to do with what's real or true. I want to always remember I don't care what people think. People look to me for hope, resilience, and a way to overcome.
Reminding that you're leading other people.
What about when you post an organic and only 2 people like it and you're tempted not to post again? Do you post again?
Absolutely.
100%.
Not you post
Yeah.
again if you're thinking this way. People look to me for this, even if it's only 2 people. If it's only 9 people.
Those two
Who
people
cares?
matter.
Yeah. Well, who are we to say like I'm not going to post organic because I don't get as many likes as Taylor, and I don't get as many likes as Russell Brunson. It's not about that. People are looking up to you. They need you, right?
Mm-hmm.
They need you to be on your A game. That's why you get so frustrated with yourself when you know you're not present on a call because you let somebody down.
Yep.
It's not about the sale. It's about them. Here's what I want you to get. This is the last bullet. I live in opposites. I thrive in pressure. Chaos makes me calm. I will never arrive because constant growth is always the goal. I take nothing for granted. A weak man's hell is my fortress and safe haven. So I want to be the person who can thrive in environments that nobody else can thrive in. If you're a salesperson, you got a lot of pressure, a lot of problems. You're going to make mistakes all the time. And we have to be thankful for the opportunity to grow through. Not around, not backwards, but through the pain all the time.
Thanks for listening. For more from Chris and Taylor, visit trafficandfunnels.com and get a free gift just for being a subscriber. That's trafficandfunnels.com.